Hi there, this video is all about the glitch effect. We're going to take this image and kind of wiggle it around to look like it's distorting. We'll even add some kind of brush strokes to kind of make it look like all sorts of grungy matrix hacking stuff is going on. All right, let's jump into the tutorial. All right, in your 06 color, open up glitch effect 1. So we're going to do a kind of a glitch anaglyphic effect. So what we're going to do is double click the background, and this is going to be the cyan layer. Anaglyphic is that kind of cyan and red look, 3D glasses type thing. I'm going to duplicate, instead of dragging it down, a cool little shortcut is with this selected, go Command J. That is a cool shortcut that just doesn't appear anywhere. There's no like long version of it, you just need to know. But because you're advanced, you know, Command J just duplicates the layer. Another cool trick is if you have lots of layers, if you select them all and hit Command J, it kind of squidges them together and makes a copy, so they're all in one little layer. Anyway, Command J. This one here though is going to be called red. So 2 channels. What I need to do to make that anaglyphic effect is right click red, go to blending options. Actually, there's a couple of ways. FX, this one's easier. Well, not easier, but it's the way we've been using so far. There's 10 ways of doing everything. So I want red, so I'm turning off everything except for the red channel. Cyan, same thing, go to blending modes. And this one here, we're going to say, we're going to turn just the red off, and it leaves the cyan color behind. You don't have to do this kind of red cyan. You can play around with turning these different ones on and off to get different colors. So to do the manual kind of glitch, just grab the rectangle tool, okay, rectangle marquee tool, and just kind of grab a chunk of it. I'm using the red layer, and I'm going to grab my move tool, and I'm just going to drag it to this way. You see, you get that kind of like anaglyphic glitchy effect. So M for the marquee tool, I'm going to grab this chunk. I'm going to grab cyan, and it's just kind of messing about and deciding like how much glitch effect do you want. So I'm going to speed this up. I'm just going to grab some pieces and move it along. Okay, but now we want to do that kind of like wobbly, wiggly thing. So there's 2 ways of doing it. There's a way that looks kind of nicer, but is super like slow on your computer. So I'm going to do a file save just in case it crashes. All right, so it's saved. Now I'm going to grab the, over here, okay, we want the smudge tool. So yours is probably set to blur, go to smudge. Pick a brush size, I picked a really big one, mine's at like 900. The strength's at 52, it's not really that important. The important thing is to go slow. So watch this, I'm going to click, hold, and drag to the left. And it's still working. You see, it's pretty creepy. It's kind of like slowly moving its way out there. So if you go wiggle, 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 your machine, the fans are going to come on and it's going to go pretty slow. So I'm going to work on cyan and, oh, it's cool. So if you're happy to work that kind of slow way, that's fine. You can definitely use that effect. What I want to do is show you a different way. I'm going to use the liquify. So filter, liquify. You can see it's only showing me one of the channels. That's fine. Over here, you can show backdrop to show the whole lot. But we're still only affecting that one cyan layer because we had it selected, but we can see it, at least everything. I'm going to use the first brush here, the forward warp. Pick a brush size, start working, and okay, it won't work if the background's on, so don't have that on. Brush size up, and I quite like doing a wiggle, so left, right, left, right. And it doesn't look very exciting here, but let's come back out, and because it's part of that channel, it's doing some cool stuff back in here. So back in, and yeah, just do some experimenting. So we're using the forward warp. You can experiment with, say, pucker or bloat. So we use bloat on that channel. Nice big brush. And I'm going to do some stuff over here just to see what it looks like when things get bloated. You might have to play around with size and rate. Might be going a bit too fast or a bit too slow. Let's add a twirl just because. Let's see what's happening. All right, back to the forward warp tool. I'm going to do some things kind of out of his head. I am not going to do that. Let's just try some smaller bits just out of here. Don't want to destroy his face. He's the kind of, that'll just look weird. Awesome. Click OK. Subtle. Yeah, it's okay. All right, to add the brushes, we're not going to do it with these channels. We're just going to fake it. So a new layer here. This is going to be my red brush. I'm going to grab my brush tool. I'm going to find in here. So In the new version of Photoshop, well, the updated version, if you can't see these general dry wet, you're not going to see drips and smoke. Those are ones that I've installed separately that we did in the Essentials course of Photoshop. But hopefully you've got a newer version of Photoshop and you can see special effects brushes. In here, there's some really cool stuff. Okay, so any of these, I'm just going to pick Supreme Splatter. That's going to work for me. And I need to pick a color. So I'm going to use the eyedropper tool. Okay, to go, I'm going to pick some red to start with. So I'm just using the red that's come from that channel. Back to my brush tool, make it kind of big, and I'm just trying to like do some splattery stuff. Maybe a bit too much. That brush is a bit hardcore for me. Go for this first one. Like just kind of, there we go. It's a little bit less. Not on his face. Cool, I'm going to do another one on the cyan channel. Okay, well, not on the cyan channel, I'm going to just have a cyan brush. Exact same brush, I'm just going to use the cyan, there's a good chunk of it there. All right, I'm just doing some bits to make it look like it's kind of, I don't know, grungy and distorted. A couple of really big ones. Some really big ones at the front I might do on its own layer because see these big ones here, I want them to kind of like feel like they're kind of close to the camera. So I'm just going to blur them to kind of fake the depth of field. Blur, Gaussian blur. So it looks like they're kind of out of focus and kind of close. You like it? I do. All right, my friends, that is the glitch effect. We did just 2 of these. You could separate them all out so you could have red, green, and blue. You could experiment with going to CMYK and splitting out 4 channels. All right, let's get into the next video.